My room is just drowning in cars, so I'm getting to the point where I'm a little afraid of the Giga. Oh my goodness, there's so much stuff. I feel like I should just embrace it now. The messier the better. Let's go. Welcome back to the Giga Haul. It's part 22 and it is almost midnight at the time I'm recording this, but I feel like that makes for the best content. I'm always my loosest and at my best when I'm a little tired and just kind of going nuts out here. And as you can see, we are leaning into the messiness, the sloppiness of it all. I just have so much stuff and it's so hard for me to keep up with it all and put in the storage in their respective locations. But yeah, I know it's kind of a good problem to have, I guess you could say. But yeah, let's just dive right on in. I have a bunch of stuff that's already out of boxes, and I still have a bunch of boxes here by my side that I can't wait to just, shred and tear on into. First off, with an in-store find that I probably won't be able to showcase many other places, and it is yet another Air. Lee Revkins here. Now, it's so crazy how this all transpired because you probably can't spot the Air right away, but I went to go grab this and buy it irregardless of the fact it was an Air because I wanted to get a Lee Revkins Thailand variant to open and review for you guys. And as I'm walking out of the store, and this was the only car I was buying, I realized it's an Air. It has a next-gen wheel on the back right there, maybe even the back left, and that is just wild to me. I mean, for that to have happened and still get stamped with the Lightyear text, the car's like one stock car Lightyear text, not the next gen text. I mean, that takes a lot of stuff to go wrong and kind of right as well. Like you have to have a next gen rim get mixed in there. You have to have it, completely unpainted and then still get stamped properly and look good because the width of the tire wall is a little bit different, I think. I think this is a little bit thicker than that. Plus, you do have kind of the bevel, the two different layers there, levels to it. So kind of crazy and definitely easy to miss because of the fact that, it's still black and it got stamped pretty good with the Lightyear text. So that's a crazy cool Air for me. Definitely one of my favorites that I've seen. I mean, there are, wheel swaps and all that stuff all the time, but for it to be something like this, I think is, extra special. So that's one that I'm really happy about. Next up, also some in-store finds at Target. I was one of the first people, in the entire world, in fact, to find these new 2024 color changers at a store. I know some people might have found them, before me or whatever, but I think I was like the first report really to find them. I got them at Target. Only found one set and haven't found them since, at least at the time I'm recording this. Maybe when Giga Haul Part 22 comes out, you've already even seen the review of these two, but right now it's like November 5th or whatever, Saturday. And yeah, it's midnight and we're just going nuts. Cruising, Lightning McQueen, red to yellow, looking pretty good, but I definitely am more excited about this new DJ shift here from blue to lime green. Yeah, I was, tipped off with these by seeing a Sally on the pegs, which I hadn't seen in a while. I knew something was up immediately because, seeing Lightning McQueen, seeing this doesn't immediately like tip off my senses because one, we've had Cruising McQueen before. Two, we've had like a Lightning McQueen red to yellow on the pegs, that Cars 3 McQueen. So like visually, everything kind of blurs together, but I was thankfully able to get them. I wasn't looking for them because I didn't think they were out yet. But yeah, DJ looks great. I love the look of him in the lime green. The spoiler, kind of looks odd, but yeah, I mean, I guess it complements the bottom still being blue. And yeah, I will review these soon. I've kind of gotten to the point where I only do these when I have two sets of them so that in the thumbnail I could show you both shifts, like both colors, you know what I mean? Like I have them in the package and I have them loose, both of what, in opposite colors, just kind of a good visual. So I think I will wait on that. Plus I have, a whole bunch of other stuff that I still can make videos on. So it's not like I'm, desperate for content. Now to break up the in-store stuff, I snagged this Tomica Blade Ranger. He's actually very rare from Tomica, and I got it for a pretty good deal. Just such a random buy for me, to be honest, but it's always good to, get something different and new in. And yeah, this is really small. The Mattel Blade Ranger is going to be way bigger than this. I mean, just kind of picture. Here, I'll show you what a 155 scale plane kind of looks like compared to the box here. We have a Racer Dusty here, and I mean, the wingspan's already wider than the box itself. And Blade Ranger for Mattel was a deluxe plane. So that just kind of goes to show you when Tomica deals with a larger scale character, they downscale it incredibly. I mean, that front wheel is not even a wheel, it's just a stub. So yeah, I mean, Mattel, might have to do that eventually as well if they, have the deluxe line gone. I mean, are they going to start downscaling stuff? It's very, very possible. Now, I feel like was one of the first to find these 2024 Mini Racer 3-packs at Meijer. Found these today. Now, obviously, the day you're watching this won't be the day I found them, but just, for context, I think today is like November 5th or something like that. November 4th. I don't know. The days blur together. This is a pretty cool set. You got another shot at Snot Rod, who was in a 3-pack earlier in 2023. You got DJ and a Sheriff now. None of them are new. Same thing here with Lightning McQueen, Cars 1 McQueen, Chick Hicks from Cars 3 though, and Fabulous Hudson Hornet. Pretty bad pack in my opinion here. I mean, the fact that we're still getting the Cars 3 McQueen, but he's with, I mean, they don't even know that this is the Cars 3 Chick Hicks. Rather, I probably misspoke there. But yeah, they keep on putting out this Cars 3 Chick when they should finally give us the Cars 1 Chick. And on the other, side of that, they had always given us the Cars 3 McQueen, and then like a couple years ago, they did finally release this Cars 1 version. They need to do that with Chick Hicks, because right now in this current state, they don't even realize this is not the Chick Hicks from Cars 1, because they're putting him in with all these other characters, kind of like a classic car racer pack from the first movie. And then this one's the most egregious of them all. Just in the last case, which was the final case of 2023 mini 3-packs, you had the new release here of Chief Lightning McQueen, Rust-eze Cruise, and Jackson Storm. And then now they're like, okay, do that again, just run it back. And then instead of, that one boring car, Jackson Storm, put a different boring car, Sterling, in there, which I guess, could be viewed as slightly better than Jackson Storm. I mean, I guess it's, almost, guarantee you would probably take Sterling over Jackson Storm in terms of mini racers. But still, though, it's frustrating. And yeah, I mean, I guess it gives you another shot to find McQueen with headset. But these 3-packs, these mini 3-packs, have not been hard to find at all. Like, I've seen a bazillion Mossy Ivies and Chief McQueens. The only 3-pack I never found was that Snot Rod DJ Max set from earlier in 2023, and I only ever found one Super Speeder Mater pack. So that case was just whack. Everything else in terms of those is super easy to find. All right, let's dive into this first box here. I don't know what this is exactly, but it is wrapped up in this really interesting like cardboard mesh. I like it though. I use everything I receive unless it's like torn up in terms of packaging like this. Like this will be reused when I sell something though, one of my buddies or whatnot. I sell a lot of stuff just to like close friends. A lot of people have been asking me lately because those friends who are YouTubers, like the Cars Garage or Astro Smokey, they post about the stuff they get from me, and then other people are like, can I buy from you too? And no, I mean, I'm not a store. That is the last thing I want to be, really. I mean, I'll put some stuff on eBay occasionally when I know I can make a good buck off of it, but usually if I can't make a huge margin on it, it's not worth it for me to sell. And then so I just do it for my friends, who are typically outside the US and don't have the access to the same things that we do here. And it just makes sense then. And then, yeah, okay, so Patoka has proven to be one of the rare singles of this year. Obviously, he was in case G, and Walmart did have him in that version of the case. Target never got in case G, or at least not yet. I did find one Patoka, and I opened it in that review. And so I just, grabbed another one off eBay here to keep in the package. It was really cheap. It's kind of surprisingly, because he is one of the rare singles, but, he's selling for like $8 on eBay, which is really good. I mean, you go to Target, you spend $5 plus tax, plus gas, plus time. It's like, all right, I'm just going to take it off eBay. Yes, please. So yeah, there you have a little Patoka action. Now, a huge score that we got going on right here are these Disney Store 2-packs from a seller in the UK somebody I'm on Facebook hooked me up with these, so shout out to you if you're watching. I appreciate these. These Disney Store 2-packs, there are so many Disney Store 2-packs, but typically they were only sold in the UK or Europe at large, which, you know, more so just the UK. There were a few of the 2-packs that made it to the US, maybe at JCPenney's, kind of a weird, but yeah, JCPenney's did have like a Disney Store section. But most of them, especially the older ones from 2010 to 11 to 12, are really rare. And there are a bunch of pairings that probably aren't even documented. There are probably a bunch of pairings that are forlorn at this point. We don't even know existed. They're like, they're basically extinct. And then some of these ones here, these Cars Toons one, are on the verge of that. But they're awesome. I mean, you have Mater the Greater here, the Stunt Mater, and then Daredevil Lightning McQueen, who looks great. It's just a really nice presentation because they did unique packaging for them all. As you can see, everything's designed that way. You have trading cards in there as well. Disney Store exclusive. Wow. These sold for £9, 14 euros. That's kind of a huge difference. Like, I doubt €9 in 2010 really, you know, was converted over to 14 euros. £9 in 2010 converted over to 14 euros. I don't necessarily think that's true. I feel like those were probably a lot closer. Anyways, but yeah, that's probably because it was sold in the UK, and when, you know, you go international, that is what happens outside of the UK. But yeah, El Matador, Rescue Squad Mater, and Tokyo Mater, which you're in luck. We're all in luck today. I'll be able to show you guys those right here, right now. We got Tokyo Mater. This one's a thinner pack, it feels. I don't think the blister's as big. But yeah, I love the packaging that they do for here. I mean, I don't know what that says. If you know, let me know. But yeah, just some cool artwork for sure. Even though I have these, and obviously they have been released in other ways in the US, like multi-packs or whatnot, but just the novelty of the 2-packs is what gets me. Got Dragon McQueen, Tokyo Mater. So yeah, they did kind of just focus on these 4 shorts, which were the first 4 shorts or first 4 Cars Toons they ever had done. Here we have El Matador, probably the best packaging of them all. It might be the rarest of them all just because El Matador is such a coveted short. Not to mention the Disney Store is the only brand that attempted El McQueen. So if you want a diecast of that, the Disney Store is, you know, completely your only option. But yeah, I love how they put the fan stands back here. It looks really good. And the back is the same. And we will get to the other one. I have it here. It's just still in the box. So yeah, that is why we're going to just skip those. Now in Meijer, or at Meijer, I was able to find remnants of that International Case K that's been hitting stores recently. And I, you know, took advantage of it. You know, when international cars just fall into your lap and you don't have to go out on eBay looking for them, you take advantage of that. Plus, you know, I don't know if I should say it out loud, but yeah, there's a way to, you know, kind of make this all right and not truly, you know, I get so many cases. I'll just kind of maybe, you know, lead the horse to water here, but you get in so many cases, you get a lot of duplicates. You have all these already, and now you get these ones that are the same. They scan the same. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so Lightning McQueen with racing wheels. You can see its international packaging because of all these languages, and there's only one car in the back. Now, granted, yes, I think the US version of this as well only shows McQueen on the back, but typically that would not be the case. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy how many languages they put on here. I mean, they really do design these to be sold absolutely anywhere. You always have that like one blurb. I don't know if that's Russian or, you know, something else. I really don't know. But yeah, I know Astro Smokey wants some of these, so I've been going to Meijer like crazy. Meijer, I know it's a regional store, so not everybody who's watching, you know, even knows what it is maybe, but it's, you know, in like the Midwest of the United States. It just has the most upside right now if you're looking for cars. Glow racers, new color changers, the latest 2-packs, a lot of the latest singles, Case K and L, are showing up there. Obviously, Case K being one of the best cases right now to find in full. You got Quadratorcus Arteps Pacer, Vladimir Trunkov, Not to mention the other ones like West Philanthropist or Mallory Carhut that are, maybe a little bit overlooked because they're in other cases. And then Case Al as well with Randy. So there's so much potential at Meijer right now. They still have like the Dino Egg Mini Racer Cruisers. They have those 3-packs. They have, what else do they have? They have the Disney 100 5-packs. I mean, Meijer just has the most upside right now. There's so many different things you could find there. But anyways, yeah, we have Sheriff on the international card. I don't want to really bore you guys. This is probably not the most exciting. But trust me, yeah, here we go. Here we have a Vladimir Trunkov, the best one I found. It was pre-picked over, which I was very sad about. It's a Meijer that I have not been to. Actually, I had been there like a couple weeks ago, but that was a fluke. Like, usually I only go to this Meijer like a couple times per year. But, I'm kind of just, like I said in the video where I kind of ranted about, what did I say? Where did I mention it? Where did I say I was falling back in love with hunting? Oh, yeah, in the What's Out episode that I did at the end of October, I said how I've kind of fallen back in love with hunting because there's just been a lot more to find. Like, it's been easier and more enjoyable. It's not as depressing leaving the store empty-handed because you don't leave the store empty-handed as much. And so I've actually spent some more time hunting, which really, I mean, I don't know if I should be doing it because gas actually hasn't been too bad lately. Here we have Mario Andretti. This one kind of bothers me because the blister's cracked. I almost didn't buy it, but I was like, you got to make sacrifices. When else am I going to find a international carded Mario Andretti, even if it's not on a great card? Same thing with this Mallory car out here. It's got a crease in it. But, I mean, what are you going to do? These ones look a little bit more different because it doesn't have the new for 2023 up here. So there are a few more identifiers when it comes to new releases. Same thing here with Greebles. Even though it's 2022, doesn't have the blurb up there. And last but not least is Patty. Patty is kind of a sneaky release this year. No one's talking about her, but it's honestly a really good release and someone that definitely was past due. Like, we could have gotten Patty way sooner and everyone would have been probably pretty okay with it. All right, let's get into this box right here from Mexico, I believe. This might be the obligatory Battle Force 5 item. You guys know, every Giga Haul there has to be something Battle Force 5 related, and of course he shrink wrapped it. That's something that a lot of people, I don't know, it must be, I don't know how to really describe this, but yeah, I have received several things from Mexico in the past, and a bunch of them are shrink wrapped kind of like this, or they have like this, what do you call this? This wrapping or whatever that you would like wrap up a leftover chicken wing in, you know what I mean? I mean, that's literally what I use this for at my house. And now it's just annoying. I think I got my Bob Motor 4-pack like this, which honestly, that is such a forlorn item. I'm so glad I was able to get one of those. And now I just need to finally find a way to get a Maxicar 4-pack. The day you see a Maxicar 4-pack packaged in a Giga Haul, that will be the best Giga Haul. And like, it probably will just be the Maxicar 4-pack. Like, there won't be anything else in that video. It'll just be that, and that will be enough for a Giga Haul. Oh my goodness. All right. Goodness gracious. Whoa. All right, we have the Riptile here, one of the rarest Battle Force 5 singles they ever did, only released internationally. I do already have one of these packaged. This one kind of, I think, did that card just crack on me? Like, I feel like it wasn't like that. Jeez, that's not ideal. But yeah, these are never in good shape. You just kind of have to accept that. I would like one of these loose, but I would never bring myself to open it. And we have a Scarab here. I think I just got a Scarab like this recently as well. These are both in like really clear blisters though. A lot of the blisters get yellowed, so that's good to see. And we'll keep that. Definitely not keeping all that other wrap. All right, another box here. All the way from China. We got some more planes action. Nice and wrapped up here again. Remember like the first 2 Giga hauls where like I left everything like completely sealed in the box and I had to like fast forward a ton. It was taking forever to open everything. Oh my gosh. Innovation. I don't even fully remember ordering all these. Like I feel like I did not have 3 planes coming. Like this feels like a lot, but I will take it. I mean, these are all... Oh no, another one that's loose out of the package. Maybe that's why he sent it, because I don't remember ordering this, but maybe he just included it for free. In that case, awesome. But yeah, a Joey Dundee, super rare. But yeah, at this point, these are old and they're, you know, not being kept well, so that's why you're encountering a bunch that are, you know, falling off of the cards like this. So that's not great, but oh well. This Yalkla is awesome. It's almost on a very good card. This is one of the best cards I've ever seen out of that, so that's a big win. This might be, you know, maybe, I don't like that, but that big sticker, but that actually might be a sample sticker that Mattel applied and not, and they also have it blocking the barcode. Interesting, and not, you know, the seller or someone third party, second hand. But yeah, it can be argued that Yalkla is the rarest plane ever done, or at least one of the rarest. I'd have to look into it a bit more. And then here we have another Joey Dundee. Of course, the Australian plane from the Wings Around the Globe. Man, I'm really disappointed they canceled the planes. Like, at least go on for another year and release some of that stuff that you wanted to do, instead of just kind of teasing us all with it. I mean, there's like 20 stock images for planes that got canceled, and they're like the best ones they could have done. Now, I'm sure you have seen the review on this by now. I mean, if you haven't, something has gone wrong, or Mattel just released like 5 new cases at once, because I intend to review this. Like, this will be the next video I record after this. The Disney Store Glow Racer 3-pack. Kind of an interesting set. I can't believe how... I really want to know the technology. How are they able to make this button activate all of their lights? Like, how is that possible? I'm very curious about that. But yeah, you can see... they're all underlit, underglow as they call it, with black light underglow. They're pullbacks, which sucks, but oh well. Very interesting, because Lightning McQueen is similar, not identical to the Mattel version. He's the Rust-eze version. He's got the yellow wheels. Jackson Storm's not even close. He's kind of like regular Jackson Storm with yellow tires. And then Chase Racelet is completely normal. I can't believe they didn't give him unique tires. That's kind of disappointing, but it is a cool set. It's sold out on the Disney Store website in a blink of an eye. Like, I would assume they'll put more back up there. Like, these packs have never ever been that popular. So the fact that that one sold out immediately was quite the surprise. All right, we have another box here. I'm not a huge fan of how this is going right now. I don't love the way this is packaged. These packets never do well for me, and they're so hard to open. Like, I always feel like I'm doing something wrong. Like, I feel like I'm squeezing it right now because I'm pressing. Oh my god, I hate these things so much. And this thing inside needs to be on immaculate card, otherwise I'm gonna be ticked off. Alright, it's alright. It's alright. I mean, it's not great. Alright, anyways, yeah, the rarest release of 2023 period is Bella Cadaver and Deputy McQueen 2-pack. It supersedes the Randy single. It supersedes Quadratorcusar single. For whatever reason, this case of 2-packs, Case S, made an appearance in like mid-June and was like, all right, peace. And it was only at like 2 Targets nationwide. And then recently recently some places in Canada got it in. Maybe it was Toys R Us. So that's kind of a lot, you know, that's where a lot of them are coming from at this point. So it's just kind of crazy. I know Walmart store got them in at one point, and I got mine off eBay, I believe. I just did not anticipate this pack becoming so rare. Like, I really thought that the 2-pack case would, you know, find its way out to more places, but it did not. Thankfully, this pack, which debuted in the case with Bella, appeared in the next case, and so did the Drift Party Mater Dragon McQueen set. But yeah, Bella Cadaver, omega rare character right now. Will she return in 2024? Remains to be seen. But if she does, that will kind of negate the specialness of that pack. All right. I only have one box left here, it looks like. But, of course, you guys know that it's a humongous box. I'm not going to set it on the table. You guys know I do these things kind of in chapters now. I don't wait until I accumulate, an hour's worth of content. We're at like 25 minutes here. Here we have that Rescue Squad Mater 2-pack. Definitely not the most exciting. You got Rescue Squad Mater, but then it's just burnt Lightning McQueen. I mean, they do him all right. They probably didn't burn him as much as he should be burned. I don't know. Kind of feels weird saying that. I kind of feel wrong saying that. I feel like this is the first one where the trading card on top is of McQueen. Kind of a weird pose of McQueen. Like, when in this short is McQueen ever looking like that? Like, when does he ever feel that happy? Like, this is a very rough episode for McQueen. I mean, he takes a beating in this short, between, being in the burning building and then having his surgery or whatever that was at the end of it. But yeah, these packs are awesome. Really great to have them, even if they are not in great condition. This one's kind of smashed on the bottom there. But yeah, all right, guys. Thank you for watching so far. Don't turn away. Don't turn away, please. We got a lot more, I'm sure. I like to put these Giga hauls up to like 50 to an hour at this point. Of course, Giga Haul 20 was over an hour, and that's just kind of how we roll these days. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in a second. All right, we're back here to resume Giga Haul Part 22. This here is half case 2024 singles case B. That was really redundant and long, but yeah, this is the Walmart version of 2024 singles case B that you will have already seen me unbox and review Rodette marker and all that good stuff, but I just wanted to include it because I got it in today along with all this stuff, which I believe going to be a lot of factory customs in here. Maybe there'll be some real ones slipped in. I guess that'll be the fun of it. Here we have a Rich Mixin. Yep, this is definitely a factory custom, just based on how the graphics look. I mean, it's a good one, but yeah, you could also tell by the base. So the factory customizers in China just rolled out a whole new wave of factory customs, comprising mostly of next gens and trainees. They've been on a McQueen grind. But now they're kind of transitioning over to stuff that would fool more people than those other ones because, people see a gold McQueen. They're like, oh yeah, I know Mattel didn't do that. I know this is a factory custom fake counterfeit. However I want to classify it. But now you see a Rich Mixin like this from China. Mattel did a Rich Mixin from China. It looks very similar, and it's going to unfortunately fool a lot of people. I mean, maybe you're okay with having a fake instead of paying, 4 or 5 times that price, maybe even more on eBay for the real deal. So it comes with its pros, it comes with its cons, but you do have to be more careful now because the picture on the listing may even show the real thing, and then they'll bait and switch you and send this one out. Now, granted, you could probably get a refund and not even have to ship it back. If you call them on that, I've done that a lot of times, but still, just, be cognizant of it. There are a lot of factory customs of popular, coveted characters than there were, a lot more than there were a few weeks ago, a few months ago, a few years ago especially. And Rich Mixin is one of them. Now, fortunately, if you're watching this video, you should be in good luck. You should be just fine because I'll show you all the ones that they're doing. Next up here is going to be an Aaron Clocker. I could easily tell this one is a factory custom just based on the finish of the silver here. The spoiler is also loose. Like, the overall quality just isn't as good. It's very good, I'd say. And the base is definitely different. It's a lot kind of flatter, looks cheaper, doesn't have the Mattel writing. That's an easy tip off right there. But again, some of them will have the Mattel writing. So you just have to, take everything one step at a time and not generalize, And that goes for a lot of things. Prototypes, customs, all sorts of things in life. There's ambiguity. Oh my gosh. How about ambiguity to everything? You know me. I'm recording this on a different day than the first segment, but it is still late. It's like 10:30 at night. And so I'm, entering my goofy mode. But yeah, anyways, Aaron Clocker, Next Gen Revolting. He's got some like blue in his taillights and headlights. It also is a tip-off, I would say. But yeah, I just wanted to record this before I went to bed because I wanted to see what was in these packages. I hadn't got a chance to take a look at these factory customs up close, and so I wanted to. Now, this one in particular is really going to fool a lot of people. And it's funny because the Chinese sellers had the real deal of Christoph here and the next one I will show you. For a good long while, for years, they had both of them, the real versions, and they're some of the rarest Cars 3 releases ever. Christoph and Sadeep, I'll just spoil it for you, that's the next one, were trainees only released in Europe back in late 2018 from China. Or I think it was, late 2018 from China. Or wait, no. Yeah, they were Chinese releases. Okay, yeah, I'm confusing myself. But yeah, there you go. Late 2018, only in Europe releases. And yeah, extremely rare. Of course, because of the fact that they weren't distributed to many other places, including the US. And so the Chinese sellers had a bunch of them and sold them at good prices. And then here you go. Here's the switch off. Now they're all factory customs from here on out. Maybe you'll get lucky and still get a real one mixed in there. They are still using the pictures of the real ones in many of the listings. So again, you have to be careful. And then, on the flip side, you may totally be okay with spending only $7 on a Christoph here that looks very good. Not perfect or anything, but it's very serviceable. Looks pretty close to what the real one is. And the real one would probably run you, I'm not even kidding you, over 10 times $7. Like a real one probably is going to be, upwards of $100, especially if you want one in the package. And the same thing applies to the yellow one here, Sadeep. Yep. Neither of these are real. I could tell in the eyes, like the eyes look bigger, they look flatter. And I know it's going to be hard for a lot of people to tell. People are going to be like, how are you able to tell so quickly? I mean, it just comes with experience and doing this for years. Again, the base is a major tip-off, but I understand if you don't have the real version to compare the base to, you don't really have that experience. You got a little chip right there. Don't love that. But again, that is just the quality of factory customs. They aren't going to be great. You can see the axle on this one's long and loose. But again, I mean, you could totally view this as a good thing, and I kind of do. That's why I buy these. So check them out. Got a whole bunch of stuff in here. I think there are some real cars mixed in this box, starting off with this Octane Gain Pity, all the way from 2010. So that first package there was from AliExpress. These are all from eBay. Now, the factory customizers have never done stuff like this, so I know this is real. The base also checks out. And man, this guy's flaking off in terms of, look, I literally have his orange paint on my fingers. That's not great, but I didn't expect it to be in perfect condition. It's a rare pity, only included in that hauler set. So figured just why not grab one? It's pretty inexpensive. This should be a factory custom, and it's going to be the most popular one because it is of what I think is right now the most expensive next-gen racer. Jim Reverick probably will run you about $100. And now you have a factory custom you can get for $7 to $10. And it's great quality. I mean, this guy looks really good, I would say. Probably better than those other ones. He's got a nice silver carbon cyber decaling, 67. Kind of a flat blue cyan for the center and the sides here. I'm pretty sure they based this on the Tomica version because it looks very similar to the Tomica decals, more than it does the Mattel ones. I could be wrong about that, but that's just kind of the vibe I'm getting. And yeah, it looks good. Base. The tires on the factory custom are also kind of indicative. Like you could tell just the way they're shaped. They're a little bit more squared off. They aren't as rounded, I would say. Yeah, this is going to be the best one because of how rare the regular version is. Like a regular Aaron Clocker, especially if you go for a Thailand one, is not going to be that expensive. And yeah, I kind of did go nuts. I got a few of these just because of what I said. I got a few of them. Just bricks of Jim Revericks in here. Jesus. Oh, here we go. All right, more factory customs at work here today, and I'm slapping my lamp. So we all know the factory customizers like to do tractors, and now they're doing racing tractors instead of just good old, as they call it, Uncle Cow tractors. Here you have a factory custom of the Clutch-eze tractor that Mattel did in 2021. These are a little bit easier to tell, I'd say. The eyes are a huge difference, and also those other ones were only done in Thailand. And I mean, the same applies to Jim Reverick, right? The only ones where it comes into conflict a bit are the first four I showed you: Rich Mixon, Aaron Clocker, Christoph, and Sadeep. Those were done from China. Rich and Aaron again from Thailand. But Jim Reverick, this Clutch-eze tractor here, were only released from Thailand. So when you see this, and you could tell easily that this is something, you know, China, and it's not Thailand. It doesn't have that glossy finish. It doesn't have the blurry decals. As funny as that sounds, the factory custom decals are clearer than Mattel's Thailand releases, and so they are much easier to decipher. I love the bright green wheels there. And yeah, again, Clutch-eze tractor is not the most expensive car in the world, but it's a little hard to get. The racing tractors always are. So what do? You call the factory custom busters, and they'll hook you up with a counterfeit. But hey, I mean, a lot of people in the world of Gucci purses are totally cool with having a quote-unquote fake one. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't say, I don't think I've ever had a situation like that where I've gotten something fake. But I feel like I have, though. Like, I've thought about getting like fake NFL jerseys because they're so much cheaper. And then here's an Easy Idle tractor that they did. Again, Easy Idle tractor only from Thailand, so this is a super easy tell. The eyes as well. The eyes are much bigger and kind of brighter, I guess you would say. Bubblier? Spottier? I don't know. Wow, this wheel barely turns up here in the front. Look at that. Holy cow, that one, this one here closest to us is stuck. Holy cow, that needs some WD-40, man. Look at those beautiful blue eyes. So yeah, good stuff all around. I think there is another tractor in here. Oh no, here we go. They did do the Rev and Go tractor, which I showed you in a different Giga haul, I think the last one. Okay, so yeah, here's the last factory custom next gen they have right now, and that's Bubba Wheelhouse. Again, this one might be a little more difficult to tell because they did do him from China, but I'll give you the easiest give. It's completely missing the number 6. There's supposed to be a number 6 right there in the yellow space on both sides, just like there is on the roof, and the factory customizers were like, nah, don't need that. And so yeah, you could also kind of see on mine, they bolded, like they put a big old black outline around those contingency sponsors. That's so strange because they didn't do it on this side. Yeah, it looks kind of ugly. But again, that's a factory custom for you. So they're cheaper, but they're not as great quality. And this one is probably the worst just because of how, you know, they missed such a big decal that they really needed to include. So yeah, this one's super easy to tell. And then I grabbed another Rich Mixon. Let's just see if this one's the same because it came from a different seller. Yeah, it looks the same to me. Oh man, this wheel is messed up. Look at that. Wheel's like melted. See how it's got like an extra little flab of skin there at the bottom? That's kind of weird and gross. But yep, there you have it. This one looks really good, I'd say. I think Rich Mixon probably looks the best. Aaron Clocker looks good. The tractors are fine. Jim Reverick looks good. Jim Reverick and Rich Mixon are the best in terms of quality and accuracy. Bubba Wheelhouse being the worst. So that is all I have right now. I think we will continue this, try and get up to 40 to 50 minutes for Giga Haul 22. And yeah, see you in a second. All right, we're back. Final segment of Giga Haul Part 22. Let's go. We have some more factory customs for you guys. One that not really anyone's talking about or anyone's really discovered but me, Dan Garcia, the Gaskets Next Gen Racer. He looks bluer, like especially up front here. Just seems a little darker. I think it looks good. Again, oh, look, I got an error. One black wheel, one blue wheel, one black wheel. Is that how it's supposed to be? That's kind of nuts. I'm going to have to look into that to see if mine is unique or if they're all like this. won't really easily be able to tell until someone buys another, because the picture on the listing just shows the Thailand stock image of Dan on AliExpress. So that's another reason why not many people discovered it. But it was easy for me to tell because the price went from like 17 or something down to 7. And that tells me that they got in a bunch of factory customs, and they know that they should drop the price. And that's what they did to all of them. Christoph, Sadeep, Rich Mixon, etc. Here you have Chase Racelet. I don't know why. I feel like I already got and showed you guys this one, but here we go. This guy is missing the emerald metallic patches. But again, are you willing to fill the void in your collection? Maybe less quality. Of course, there are some blemishes here. It's going to be like that in all of them, but for a fraction of the price. Now, of course, for some of them, it's not going to be that much cheaper, maybe like $5 to $10 cheaper. But for Jim Reverick, it could literally be like $70 to $80 cheaper. So I think there's a pretty good trade-off there. Yeah, this is one that you don't really need to get the factory custom of. Aiden, the trainee, certainly not super rare. So yeah, but I mean, he's got a super thick black eyeline. And he'll go nicely with Sadeep and Christoph. I do believe they've done a Gabriel as well, but I think they did Gabriel like eons ago. And then these ones are just kind of coming out now. Hopefully they do some more. I would love to see their attempts, maybe even at an Apple racer, which is totally possible, guys. I'm going to predict it. Actually, let me make a formal prediction. They will do an Apple Next Gen racer. Here are my reasons. First off, I think they used the Tomica Jim Reverick to do the factory custom Jim Reverick on the Mattel body. And Tomica did do a JP drive. I mean, we know that they use and recycle Tomica's decals all the time for factory customs. Secondly, we know they love to do Apple stuff, whether it be the McQueen Apple, the World Grand Prix Apple McQueen, the one with Steve Jobs, the regular Apple racer, Mac iCar, the black Apple race car, the Apple haulers. It's nuts how much they do. So, formal prediction, we have a factory custom JP drive incoming. Speaking of Japan and China and Asian countries, here you have, well, speaking of Tomica, actually, is what I really should have said. Todd the Pizza Planet truck, brand new Tomica release. This one's really cool, guys. I think this is one of Tomica's best releases in a while. And it's the season of Todd. Todd gets released in 2023 Singles Case M and 2024 Singles Case A. And at the same time, he also gets a Thailand release for the first time. So I probably will review this at some point. Definitely not a priority because of the Mattel action that he's gotten. Don't want to flood you guys with so much Todd action. I did end up finding that other 3-pack that I didn't originally find. I found this, I think, at Target, but Target and Meijer are getting them in, and both of my Targets got in literally, it looks like 5 cases of this, so it's kind of a lot. But yeah, kind of a weird pack. You got Radiator Springs, Ramon, Tie-Dye Fillmore, and brand new Mater. Yeah, when did I see all those on screen together? Never. It's like, it's colorful, it's visually appealing, it looks nice on the eyes. I mean, that's probably what they were going for. Like, take 3 nice paint jobs of Radiator Springs characters and stitch them together. Of course, Fillmore's is completely non-canonical. It's just out of the blue. And they call him Bully in whatever language. I don't know. I have no idea what language Fillmore would translate to Bully. That's pretty funny. Then you have brand new Mater and, yep, Radiator Springs Ramon, which is probably the best in this pack. And last but not least, or yeah, maybe it is least, I got in some of these protectors. Definitely in need of some of these because I have a lot of cars that I just want to, make sure that they're going to be okay. I put a lot of stuff in storage and it's almost like kind of sending them off to college. It's like, I hope they're all right, but you never know in college, start, dabbling here, you start dabbling in this, you have no idea how they're going to come out. Or, they're going to call you up, at 3 a.m. in the morning asking for you to bail them out of jail. That's how I feel when I send cars into storage. It's like, man, I hope everything goes well. It's like I think about temperature. I think about, just random factors. And it's like, oh, what the hell? I just can't worry. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this part of the Giga Haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a fun one for me to record. Lots of good stuff in this one. Let me know in the comments section below if you guys have gotten anything recently that you would like to share. That's all now. Bye now.